one of the things that I wanted to do this year was work on comics and comic arts. I used to do this a little bit more, but yeah, I decided to draw these Blueberry comics. Blueberry is my rabbit because, of course, what else am I going to make comics about? She has a very rich inner world. So my process is I'm drawing these on paper. I think I'm funnier when I do things on paper. I don't know if that's true, but I think my work is more funny visually. And then just took a photo of it on my iPad and put it in Procreate to do the proper inking so I can clean up my messy little sketches. I'm posting these kind of wherever I post stuff, but also I'm mainly posting them on Substack, and I have just started on Substack, so I have some fun creative articles coming up on there you can check out if you're interested. Oh, here is Blueberry. She's having a little nap. That's just my little baby over there. She made the hole in the back of the tent. That was her arts and crafts. But yeah, I love these little blue comics. I hope that you do too. They're funny and silly and, I don't know, just a good outlet for me. Okay, so I just got the mail. This is the first mail I've gotten in months, by the way. This is a box of paper that I got from ARC Papers or ETC Papers. I think they have two, they're under an umbrella. They reached out to me, they're a US company that does paper. They reached out to me a while ago. We talked about, I wanted to try some of their papers, so they sent me a box. We've had such a bad time getting this to me because the first time the shipper made a mistake and sent it back. That was nobody's fault that happened. Then there was a postal strike. So this has been, I don't know where this has been for like a long time, but it was sent in November. But I'm going to open it and we're going to take a look and see what's inside it together because there's some fun paper in here, I think. I will film overhead so the audio and video is better. Haley is the person who contacted me from this company and is very, very sweet and has worked really hard to get this to me. So I am excited to see what I've been sent. It says there is some chrome coat in there, which is what I would like putting my greeting cards on, some blank scored cards, holographic cardstock, synthetic paper, and other little treats. So let's find out. I love paper so much. Okay, so this is the company. They are based in Las Vegas, which I am in Canada. And so this is maybe more just insightful for my American viewers because I think shipping paper internationally is very difficult. But look at this. There's so many, they're so pretty. I love this mid green. If you saw my art versus artist post on Instagram, these kind of greens were like my colors this year. And this is a pack of chrome coat paper. All right, so if you haven't seen, I'm sure everyone who watches my videos has seen, but I talk about chrome coat. It's the paper that I like for my greeting cards. Chrome coat is not necessarily meant for inkjets. It's not that you can't use it, it's that it's just not its number one use, which people love telling me in the comments, and it's like, I know, babe, I know. So she sent some different weights. So this is 8-point chrome coat. I'm going to be interested to see how this goes through the printer because I find that the 10-point, which I use, it's a little thicker than that, is it's a little too thick for my printer. You kind of got to give it a little nudge to get it through. So that will be really interesting. The reason I like it is because it's glossy on one side and it's matte on the other, which I think is really nice. And here's the 10. Yeah, that's the 10-point. Maybe I'm using a 12-point. I don't know. Interesting. I'll be able to weigh these up against. It's hard to get chrome coat as well. So right now, the videos I have about chrome coat, I've been linking Amazon where to get it, but this is another option, I guess, if you are in the States. Oh, these are cute. What are these? They're like, it's like wood. That's really interesting. There's like little, can you see? They're like little cutouts of like labels. We have swatches of synthetic paper. Oh, they're interesting on the back. I wasn't even paying attention to the right side. Look at that. That's like with acrylic inks on them, I think. Yeah, mixed media and alcohol inks. Really cool. Here is watercolor card paper. All right, I want to see how this prints. I mean, I think you could obviously watercolor paint right onto it, but I like printing on watercolor paper. So let's see. We have two colors. The blue's pretty. The white is pretty too. It's like a cold press, or sorry, a hot press. There's quite a lot to play with there. Okay, we'll do something with this. I'll show you how it turns out. And this is, so my understanding is that they have a paper subscription box, and I think this is one of the month's subscriptions. Let's take a look and see what's in it. Okay, this is exciting. So, by the way, I'm not being paid to promote any of this. They just sent me these lovely things. But I do have an affiliate code if you want to join their subscription program for the paper thing, which I think is so pretty and cute. Haven't even seen the paper yet. So let's find out what's in one of these. It's called Your Paper Insider. I'll link it all wherever I put links. Oh, it's so pretty. I need to get into this. Okay, so there's all these papers. I did a lot of paper crafts over the holidays. Like I do collage and other little bookmaking things. That's kind of my two paper-based hobbies. So I'm excited to see what I can do with some of this. All right, first we have the inside scoop. So this is handmade wildflower paper. So cute. I've seen people use these for greeting cards actually, where they'll like cut out like a balloon or like a heart or something, and they integrate it attached to the greeting card. So when you get the card, you can tear off and plant the seed paper. I think that's so sweet, and this is really pretty. Okay, I'll keep these together. Oh, here's our box 2. So this is the box 2 out of their collection. Oh yeah, they do seed paper cards. Okay, so I've literally never had an original thought in my life. So these are all the papers that are in here. Let's just go through it. I don't think I'm going to be able to match them up to tell you what they are, but if you're curious, let me know. This is box 2, and I think they have them listed on the websites. Oh my gosh, there's glitter paper. Okay, yeah, this video would just be too long if I name each one of them, but we'll follow up with these papers. This is so pretty. Silver. This glitter paper. This is so thick, by the way. It's on a white backing. There's very little fallout, so that's good. And very pretty, like linen texture. Yellow cardstock. I love these colors. Ooh, the gold. I'm so at a loss as to what to do with glitter paper, but I love it. I think I'll just own it. Like a nice vellum. Purple. What is this? Oh, could you imagine this as end papers for a book? Oh, there's 2. Okay, this could be a little book project for end papers because they are beautiful, cloudy, and there's kind of fine texture. Okay, gorgeous. That is so pretty as well. That looks like end papers too, maybe for a small book. I've been really into zines this holiday season. We're gonna get into that more this year. More cardstock, beautiful. Glitter. Cardstock and glitter. Oh, that's so Miss Piggy coated. I love it. Ribbed knit. I like that. Wow, that translates really well on camera. Can you see how beautiful? So beautiful. We have like a minty green cardstock. These would be, I can think of so many little book binding projects. Really heavy gray. This might be the heaviest one so far, which would be really great. Not that I don't want to show off these pretty papers, but like these would be really good for like inside the cover of books. Silver, really pretty luster. Oh, this is like, this must be their synthetic paper. Okay, that's what I'm actually looking up because it's really different. Yeah, Evo synthetic paper. So it's sort of plastic, but it's like, it's very interesting feeling. It's like just very smooth plastic. Shiny green, so cute. Look at these cute Christmas colors. These look just like the paper ornaments I made. Cardstock. Oh, a little tiny square of red. Cute. Wait, it's like mirror. That's so cool. So shiny. People who make cards, like one-of-a-kind cards, which is not my jam, but like on like where you like cut out the words, that would be so pretty. And a beautiful white cardstock at the end. That is a fun collection. Okay. And everything you just saw is what you would get in one of their monthly subscription boxes, which is a pretty great deal in my opinion, because there's a lot of options here, and some of these are expensive papers, like the glitter paper. Okay, amazing. I'm gonna do so many more bookbinding things coming up. This is a year of books. Like I said, I'll put some links down below if you guys want to check out this paper and all this other cool paper I got. Look at that. I can't wait to print on these. So yeah, I'm gonna go pack these up and then I'm gonna go email Haley and let her know they arrived, because I just thought it was a lovely thing. This paper company wanted to send me some papers and then we've had such a nightmare getting it to me. So here we are, it's here. I'm gonna play with these and that's so fun. Thank you guys. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. Did I put salt in this? Yes, I did. We are now in the art making portion of this little video vlog. This is a project that I kind of came up with. Wait, how do I define exactly what I'm doing here? You are watching me create some very loose creative exercises on paper where I'm just playing with acrylic paint mainly. And I'm not trying to make it look good, I'm just trying to fill the page in interesting ways. I'm using lots of different tools. I'm using this kind of cheap acrylic paint because it just is fun to play with. And I'm working on several pages simultaneously because I was letting them dry in between painting them. So you're just kind of seeing me jump around between pieces, which was really fun. So the reason I was making this is partly because I've been working on my spring illustration collection, which was not in this video whatsoever, but they're watercolors, and it's very, very precise technical painting. I'm moving so carefully with my tiny brush, doing these delicate little illustrations, and I really needed to do something that was the opposite of that for a while, both for like creative health and my hand health. Like I needed to do something with more dexterity than the tiny little paintings. So that is the why. The what maybe is I was doing some writing over Christmas and I wrote this. It's not like an article. It's sort of, think of it somewhere between like a little zine and a mini book. I wrote this thing that was called A Manifesto for Oversharing Artists. And it's just kind of a fun little piece that was sort of my take on things to remember when you're being an artist who shares a lot on the internet, which is something that I do. So I wrote that fun text and I was like, what do I do with this? And I had this idea that I wanted to make it into an art piece, like do different pages and kind of handwrite or, I don't know, put the text on top of art. So I was making these pages as kind of theoretical backdrops for that book project. I'm not really sure if I like them enough to do that, but it was still a really good creative exercise and I might just put them aside. But I think before I do that, I will scan these. I'm just going to pop them in my scanner, put them into my iPad and maybe play with doing some digital on top of it. Just a thought. This may not go anywhere, but I do like the text that I wrote. So at the very least, it may become an article on Substack or something else. I think it's going to be maybe a zine. We're going to see. I'm not trying to push myself to rush on any projects right now. But I overall really liked how this project went, this whole process of being a little bit more messy with my work. And they roughly kind of end up looking like landscapes half the time. That's okay. I know that that's sort of my, I thought that was such a funny shot of like putting the paint on the toothbrush, like it was toothpaste. And yeah, I don't know. I was a kid who did a lot of art classes, right? And if you've heard me talk about my art before, a lot of the work I do goes back to childhood and the feelings that I had both while making it and while consuming picture books, and sort of the way that I remember seeing the world or the way I thought the world looked as a kid. So that's why a lot of my art is sort of cute and dreamy and colorful and maybe very simple when you look at it, but the theory behind it or the narrative behind it, for me, is very complex. And I don't always spend the time articulating it, but that's okay. I don't have to. That's my art. So for these pieces, I was just remembering my kindergarten class, and we had stations where you would kind of there was like a board with like everyone had a photo with like a little hook on it, and you would put your photo on whatever activity you were doing. I don't remember why. I guess it was just to stop kids from overlapping too much. But you would have like intervals and you just picked your stations. And I remember one of them was an easel, and I just loved, I loved being at the easel. I remember painting a very big giraffe, but I think it was finger painting. Anyways, it's a very unformed sense memory. Like I don't really remember the specifics of it, but I remember the feeling of excitement and happiness to be creating art in that space. And doing a project like this where I'm just slapping stuff on the page, doing what feels good, making shapes, trying stuff, not worrying about perfection, that is the closest I've found artistically to that same feeling that I can tap into as an adult. So I would encourage you to try that if you are someone who also has a tendency to go for detail or precision with your artwork. I mean, some people are masters at beautiful abstract expressionist work, and I really envy that. I don't think that's something that comes naturally to me. I think my natural inclination is towards precision, which I don't think that actually serves me that well creatively. So I think it is good to push myself to do things like this. So I would recommend grab this is watercolor paper, but it's not very expensive stuff. Grab some random tools, spatulas, palette knife, whatever, get some cheap paint, don't worry about the good stuff, and just slap it on there, make it weird and ugly and just see what happens. And then, like I said, I'm going to use the additional medium of digital on top of it and see what happens. So I've been having a very relaxed start to the year. I'm enjoying it a lot, trying to just not put too much pressure on myself and see what my creativity responds to. Hope you're having a good January as well, and I'll see you again real soon.